We're always hearing people say overachieving, overachieving, overachieving. What exactly is overachievement?
There's no such thing as overachieving.
Then how would
There is only achieving.
Oh.
Now from somebody's point of view, मैंने 𝗕𝗔 किया, बहुत हो गया. From somebody's point of view, मैंने graduation किया, बहुत हो गया. From somebody's point of view, I did post graduation, बहुत हो गया. Somebody's point of view, I did PhD, बहुत हो गया. From the 𝗕𝗔 fellow's point of view, the PhD is overachieving.
Correct.
So there's no such thing as overachieving. I achieve whatever I am capable of achieving. Overachieving is a perspective opinion.
So how do you find where your capabilities lie?
Many of us, and I'll say majority of us, do not know our potential. And you can only know your potential by experimenting, trying. And it's not necessary that you succeed at the first attempt. So you need to try again and again and again. How much to try and when to give up is also a fine decision, because you can keep on trying and not succeeding at all, और पूरी जिंदगी निकल गई. So what were you doing? That probably you are not trying in the right direction, or you're not trying something which is your skill set. And I'll give a very ridiculous example. I'm trying to cultivate a rose. Okay, so I have got the best seeds, I've got the best water, I've got the best technique of cultivating a rose plant. But I am doing it in the Sahara Desert. So chances of my success are very low unless I have the proper soil and the proper environment and the proper sunlight and diffuse sunlight, because it's extremely hot and all those things. I should know the botanical techniques of cultivating a rose even in a very hostile environment. Then probably I might succeed. But if I keep trying to cultivate a rose plant in the Sahara Desert in as-is condition, chances are I will never succeed. Okay, so I have achieved nothing. Did I fall short on effort? Probably not. I was extremely hardworking. But I didn't achieve. Why? Because I didn't have the knowledge of what I'm supposed to do. So first thing is equip yourself with the necessary resources. Have a benchmark. Let's take common examples. Some students struggle even at the school level. They probably fail in every standard, and by the time they reach school leaving stage, they are 18, 19 years old, where ordinarily you should have passed when you're 15, 16. Right? So you have failed 3-4 times in your school stage. So academics is not your forte. But then something else is your forte, which you have probably never explored. You're probably a good sports person. You're probably a great musician. Different fields of education. When you say education, we have a fixated idea about education, going to school, mugging up things, passing exams. That's not necessarily education. You could be an excellent carpenter. You could be an excellent painter, and you don't need to learn geography for that, or you don't need to learn trigonometry for that, right? So identifying your skill sets and pursuing streams which will accentuate those skill sets is increasing the probability of you achieving what you want to achieve. Now, from somebody's point of view, he's an overachiever. Again, my favorite example, Sachin Tendulkar. He's an overachiever in cricket. But he found his skill set at a very young age. Academics was not his skill set. He knew it, he realized it, he dropped it, and he pursued his skill set, and he achieved. From the point of view of ordinary cricketers, when I say ordinary cricketers, cricketers who represent their countries but who are not in the same bracket as Sachin or a Don Bradman, these guys are overachievers. But they are achievers. Overachiever is a perspective of a person lesser than.
Correct.
So there's no such thing as overachievement. You achieve. Even in academics, the guy who stands first in the institute or the university, according to the others, he's an overachiever.
Correct. So going back, I would like to know, is failure a part and parcel of being an overachiever?
What is failure? See, every time the subject comes to what, first understand what is failure. Not getting the desired result in your first attempt.
Correct. That is exactly.
But you got the result in your 5th attempt. Were you a failure?
No.
No. You succeeded.
So you should be very persistent.
Failure should not deter you. Now, you can't be persistent in that Sahara desert trying to cultivate a rose in your for the entire lifetime.
Correct.
Then you're being silly. Yeah? Failure should teach you something. I failed once. What did I do wrong? So I rectified that wrong. I tried again, I failed again. So I must have done 2 things wrong. So I rectified this, identified first and rectified the second. I tried again, I failed again. So there was a 3rd hidden factor which I never identified. So failure should lead to increase in knowledge.
So you can achieve.
Then I can implement. But if I am just bullheadedly doing the same thing again and expecting a different result, that's crazy.
Try till you succeed.
And people say try till you succeed. But they don't say try, modify till you succeed. That modify is not said. They only say try till you succeed.
Correct.
You need to modify because you can't be doing the same thing and expecting a different
It'll
result.
be like that rose, trying to grow a rose.
No, for example, I don't know how to make tea. Yeah, nobody has taught me how to make tea. I don't have access to any recipe. I go to the kitchen, I boil water, I put salt in the water and I make tea. Will the tea be good? Then I repeat the process again, I add salt. Will the tea be good? No. So what did I do wrong? Instead of salt, I should have put sugar. But I didn't analyze. I just tried putting the same salt, the same water, the same tea leaves. I'm not going to get a good tea. So try, analyze, modify, try again.
Correct. So sometimes when you try, modify, analyze, then try again, it sometimes demoralizes you. You're not mentally up to it. And sometimes the people around you also demoralize you. कि ये क्या कर रहा है? So what do you do then?
So that is up to your willpower. There's a word called perseverance. Are you perseverant enough not to get deflated and keep trying by after analysis and understanding what went wrong and then doing the corrections? The whole thing is your willpower and perseverance. So now you are entering into a different domain. How do I increase my willpower? How do I become perseverant? So there are techniques available for all this. But coming back to your subject, try till you succeed. Try, and don't be bullheaded till you succeed. And there are people who are bullheaded. They have made 1,000 attempts and 1,001 attempt was successful and they became famous. Inventions, discoveries happen with this kind of perseverance. But then they are single-minded in their purpose. I am a scientist. I am in the field of physics. I am going to do this experiment. Even if I don't understand, somewhere some eureka moment will happen and then I will understand. Okay. You are clear in your mind that this is my field and I am going to do this. It doesn't matter how many times I failed.
तो वो दिल में वो जज्बा होना चाहिए कि मैं करके दिखाऊंगा.
सब में नहीं होता है. That is why everybody is not a scientist and everybody doesn't get the accolades and the recognition that scientists get. How many Newtons do you know? How many Einsteins do you know? So they were perseverant till they cracked the code. Then their name became famous. You and I, ठीक है, नहीं होता है, छोड़ दो, दूसरा कुछ करेंगे. So we jump.
So sometimes when you're bullheaded, you might fall back in the other aspects of your life. Maybe you have achieved what you wanted to do, but maybe the family life took a backseat for it.
There's always a price to be paid. You want to achieve something, you have to pay price. For example, as a student in the school days, I wanted to have fun. I wanted to have my time for playing. I wanted to have my time for watching movies. I wanted to have my time for mixing with my friends and all. So, what is the balance time remaining? In that time, I will do the studies. Depending on my level of intelligence and grasping power, I will excel in academics to that extent because I have divided my time into multiple activities, what in common language today is called multitasking. I was multitasking, I was not focused on one particular area. So the results I derived in that area are to the extent to which I was able to concentrate and focus. People, as you say, overachievers who have been single-minded in their purpose and goal and have channelized their entire life's energy towards one particular subject, neglecting other aspects of their life, they paid a price. They didn't have that family life, they didn't have that family affinity, they didn't have leisure, they didn't have entertainment, and as far as they are concerned, they are okay with it. Other people will make comments, अरे इतना बड़ा साइंटिस्ट है लेकिन देखो वाइफ ने डाइवोर्स किया. It doesn't matter to him. He was single-minded in his scientific pursuit and achievement. It doesn't matter वाइफ ने डाइवोर्स किया, ठीक है, ओके. As it is, वाइफ होके भी ना के बराबर थी. मैं साइंटिस्ट हूँ, मेरी वाइफ मेरा लेबोरेटरी है, तो जो बायोलॉजिकल वाइफ थी वो ना के बराबर थी. आपकी नजर में वो वाइफ ने डाइवोर्स किया, it became a big issue for him. For him, it didn't matter.
So to become an overachiever, you have to be focused only on one field.
You have to sacrifice certain things. Naturally, you have to focus on one thing.
Only on one field, like you can do a bit of.
When you say only, you are classifying. When you say only, okay, ये जिंदगी मेरी पूरी क्रिकेट के लिए डिवोटेड है. एग्जाम्पल, अगली जिंदगी में मैं हॉकी खेलूंगा, उसके अगली जिंदगी में मैं बैडमिंटन खेलूंगा, लेकिन मैं स्पोर्ट्स में ही रहूंगा. I'm still single-minded about sports. But I don't know what my mentality will be in my next life. Ultimately, focus is important in life. Your focus also shifts. While you were in school, your focus was getting good marks in SSC. After you went into college, SSC is not important at all. Ho gaya, khatam, drop it. Now I want to be a graduate, standing in the top 3 or 4. वो हो गया. Focus has shifted. Now I want to have my own business, or I want to be employed in the top-notch company. Focus shifted. After working in a company for some years, I feel frustrated being a servant to somebody. Now I want to be independent. Focus shifted. So focus is a function of time.
Then how can you achieve something if your focus is shifting again and again?
That's the sacrifice you do. Either way, there is a sacrifice. Either in where your focus is shifting, you are sacrificing your achievement, and where your focus is on a particular achievement, you are sacrificing other aspects of your life. Sacrifice as an integral part of whatever goals you have. You have a small goal in life, you will sacrifice the goodies that life has to offer. You have a big goal in life, you will sacrifice the goodies of relationships and entertainment and so on and so forth. So, are you ready to do that sacrifice? That determines what will be your level of achievement.
Correct.
Nobody associates achievement with sacrifice.
No.
Sacrifice is उसकी आरती उतारी जाती है, क्या sacrifice किया. But it is part and parcel of everybody's life. You are also sacrificing unknowingly or knowingly. With whatever targets you have in life and whatever achievements you have in life, you have sacrificed certain things to achieve those targets, however low they may be. If you have got low targets, your achievements are low, you have sacrificed name, fame, glory, money, because your targets were low. If your targets were very high, you sacrificed entertainment, relationships, fun and games. So there is a sacrifice for every achievement.